always a great story to
Yeah,
talk
it is,
about.
man. Like, I don't know, like, and it's cool because, like, I know anyone who wants to do anything, man. Like, I feel you have to understand that there's going to be a series of failures. Like, you can't assume that everything's going to work out. I don't care how talented you are.
What we want to do is fail.
Yeah,
like, it's weird.
It's important, dude. Like, if you're afraid of, like, failure, then you're afraid of, like, success, and that's just that.
Yeah.
And if you do the best you can, understanding the both, like, the good, the pros and cons, just, like, thinking, like, you can either think of it like this, like, what if it doesn't turn out? Like, you have to always consistent, like, be in this mindset of, like, but what if it does work out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, at this point, and what I want to do, I think I'm starting to see that more. Like, what if it does work out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to, like, this has to pay off some way.
Yeah.
Either it's the performance of a lifetime and I succeed, or it's like I mess up here or there, it was still a good performance, or I pick something up from it. You know what I mean? Where I can learn from it. I mean, yeah. So.
Yeah, it's amazing. You hit the nail on the head. We go through every single day knowing that it's probably not going to work out.
Yeah,
it's terrible. So, well then, let me ask you this: when you're going through what we want to do, being an artist, right? Do you have
a weird word for me, by the way?
What?
Just being an artist. I don't know. Anyway,
but you know what I mean. Like when you go through what we want to go through, we're only 20, whatever.
Right.
And do you have a backup plan? Like, do you plan on having a plan B, or?
See, the thing with that, dude, is like, I've talked to people who have plan Bs, and literally, if having another plan behind the first plan, it's literally saying, like, if things don't start to work out, I'm going to the next thing that I planned. And it's like, for acting and wanting to do something with that, and having a full career of that, and just making that like your breadwinner, or musical theater, singing, or comedy, whatever it is, whatever you plan to do, like, do it with everything in your ability.
Yeah.
When someone says, what's your plan B? It's like, when things don't start to look right the way you don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? When they start to turn out the ways you never expected, what do you plan on to do then? Like, when you have a plan A, like, or just a plan in general, like, it literally goes back to, like, what if it doesn't work out? But what if it does? You have to have that mindset of, like, it has to work. Like, somewhere along the line, like, you know what I mean? Like, somewhere down the road, it has to work, because that's what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
like,
you'll do anything you can.
To do it. And mind you, like, it's cool. Like, for me, man, like, I don't have a plan B. I just have multiple options within the plan A. A buddy of mine told me once, like, be stubborn with your goals, but be flexible with your methods. If you're going to be stubborn with your goals, dude, like, if you have that one thing that you want to do, no matter, like, look for every opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people who tell me that, it's just like, you're not looking for every opportunity. Or, like, if you start to give up, this is what you can do instead. I'm not going to settle for anything less.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for different opportunities.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for different ways to get to where I want to be. And until that next opportunity pops up, I'm going to work my ass off. So when something does come up, that will get me to where I need to go. And that's literally it. Like, plan B's bullshit to me. Like, I feel like plan B's, I don't know, plan B's are, like, unethical to me, man. I don't dig them at all whatsoever.
Yeah. Wow.
Plan B, isn't that birth control? That's what plan B is? Like,
oh, man.
That's the only time plan B should ever be a thing. Like,
oh my gosh.
Like, things don't start to work out when you no, I shouldn't say that. That's too much. I know way too many people have kids. Like,
I know.
I get in trouble for what I say. So.
We're both single, don't have any babies.
Next week, so Marcel, what's going on? I just met this girl named Lorraine. Got her pregnant. Fuck my dreams. Like, it's all about my little Marcel Jr.
You're gonna get some chick pregnant tonight.
Oh shit! Don't say that, man. I've literally had like nightmares of just that shit, man. And,
I couldn't even imagine.
Like when niggas was having wet dreams, I was having nightmares about like getting girls pregnant. Like when guys were getting laid, I was worried about.
Oh man, Oh man, it's just crazy.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, it's no, it's all good. We're freaking parental discretion advised on this,
like,
bitch.
I don't know, man. Yeah, like, so yeah, I don't like settling for. Yeah, that's literally like, don't even. It's just settling for less, man. When I hear Plan B or like, so if it doesn't work out, it's like you're settling for less, and it's such a shame. Like, and you know, with the people that support you, you're always gonna get that. It's like, it's literally, to me, it's honestly saying, well, you could settle for this instead. Like, don't. Like, why? Our whole lives we're taught to go for whatever it is that we want. Mind you, it's kind of a lie in the sense, like, you could become whatever it is that you want to do. That's something I want to talk about. Okay, so
you take over the interview.
Yeah,
you ask me questions now.
I'm sorry, bro.
No, it's good. Keep going.
No, like, it's. Damn, what was I gonna say? Fuck. It's just like, you're told that you could do something, like, whatever you want to do in life, you can become that. You can do that. I don't think that's necessarily true. I also don't believe in Plan B, but I also don't believe, like, whatever it is that you want to be, you can't be. I believe, like, everyone's given the specific talent or gift to, like, to give back to the world. Not only your just community, to the world. Like, you're meant to be, you're existing for some purpose.
Yeah.
Like, religion or not. Like, I think, like, this man that's, like the, wherever we're at, like, say if we were driving somewhere, the car that we're driving, that was someone's purpose. Like, someone had the idea of creating cars. Someone had the idea of creating a brand of cars. Someone had the idea of creating a certain type of engine within the car. Like, everyone has a specific purpose. Yeah. And I don't know, man. Like, I like art, and, like, I want to do whatever I can to. I feel like that's my service to people. Like, in some weird, awkward, twisted way, I believe that that's what I'm supposed to do with my life. Yeah. And to say that that's, like, settle for something else or have a different plan, you're literally telling me not to fulfill my purpose. And I refuse to, like, accept that at all costs. And, like, I don't. Amen. You know what I mean? Like, that's just
for sure.
Don't do what you're if what you're meant to do, if that's not working, do something else. No, that's stupid. Like, why? Yeah. You know what I mean?
And you didn't really, like, start singing. Like, you didn't know that you were actually good at it until you were, what, senior year of high school? Is that what?
Yeah. It's weird, dude. Like, I think that comes with it, man. Like, I guess we could touch on, like, talent too, but, like, I don't think I'm that talented, but at the same, anyway. But
you have some type of something in you that knows you're a little talented.
Yeah, like,
but you're not cocky about it. You're not. You don't go around saying, "Oh, I'm, like, the greatest singer of all time."
No, if I do say it, I'm fucking lying my ass off. Like, I do it for shits and giggles if I ever say that. Yeah. But I think, like, my whole life, dude. Like, okay, so I think I started singing when I was, like, 4. And
this was back when you were in church, right?
In church. With your old man. My whole family. I grew up in California for, like, 2 years. Like, a lot of people don't know this. I'm adopted. Yeah. Was adopted. Turned 2. A few months afterwards, we just decided. My parents was like, you know, my dad wanted to plant a church in Virginia. That's something he felt that he had to do, that God was telling him to do. No diss to anyone who do or don't believe in whatever. Yeah. That's what my dad felt like he needed to do. So, started a church, and then when I got old enough, I just started singing, and, like.
And this was church choir. This was
it's funny. Like, I'm black, but I was never in, like, a black, like, it wasn't in, like, a Baptist gospel church. Like, it wasn't like it was just church. I don't know, like. Well, we were non-denominational.
Well, there's always those church singers, like, off to. I'm not saying, like, it was, like, one of those black gospel, but because I'm Catholic, so there's always off to the side. There's always those church singers over there.
Never got that, but like, I would sing, I would do backup and stuff when I was 4, dude. Yeah. And I didn't think anything of it. Like, my whole life, I thought it was like, I mean, when you're a kid, you don't understand anything. Like, you don't get the like, I didn't understand what death was like because I was 4. You know what I mean? I also didn't understand that concept of, like, You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that, like, certain people could sing and certain people couldn't sing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was something everyone did. So, like, I kind of just didn't do anything with it for a while.
Yeah.
I didn't, like, pursue it till, like, high school.
Yeah.
I did football my freshman year. Before we even finished, I don't even know if we were going to CIF or anything. I went to Rancho Cucamonga High School.
Oh, and, you went to Rancho Cucamonga.
Yup.
Man.
But, for all those hardcore thugs. And
dope football team.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But, like, I think it was, like, 4 weeks before, like, the season was over. Or something like that. It was near the end.
Yeah.
And I just told my coach, I was like, hey, like, I don't want to go. Like, he was like, Mendy's, go to the locker. Because I wasn't dressed. Everyone was already going to the football field all, like, geared up. Mendy's, why aren't you dressed? Go and get in the locker room, get your ass in there. And, you know, whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to go today.
Mm.
And he was just like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm not going to do football anymore. And he was just like, what? I was like, yeah, I quit. Straight up, like, right there. Like,
wow.
And he was like, didn't say anything to me, turned away. And a buddy of mine who saw, he was just like, that dude, like, coach just called you a faggot. Like, like, when you're walking away.
Wow.
I was like, thank God I didn't say anything. Like, thank God I didn't tell him what I wanted to do, because that would have been just worse.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm quitting this manly shit to be a poet and sing and
but
act my heart out.
It's like that all the time. I mean, because I was an athlete first.
Right.
Played baseball, played football.
Yeah.
If you ever told the coach, you know, anything. I mean, and the crazy part is, you know, I was in theater when I was in high school too.
Yeah.
But if you ever told the coach you wanted to choose singing or acting over the sport, they got faggot in their mind. Like, right,
you know what I mean?
Right away.
And, like, I don't know. And it's not even that context of, like, gay. It's just like,
it's just lame
just
type
weak.
of thing.
Yeah, like, you're just fucking bogus.
Yeah,
but,
it's Louis C.K. jokes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He's a dope comic, by the way. But
yes.
Yeah.
So then you go right into choir. Is that what it was, or would you?
So that was freshman year. I just felt like something was in my heart and
to write
to
and
just express myself through paper. So I just started like
you are gay. No, man. I feel.
But
I feel.
Yeah, I just was like, I never really got serious with like with music or anything, but I started paying attention to certain like artists, and I was like, dude, like the things that like certain people like, I won't say who and who I don't and who, just cause like it's just my personal taste, and you know and it's just like the things that like some of the people I was listening to, the things that they would just say, it's like, how do you come up with that? Like I wouldn't like. Is anyone else like mind blown for the like things that like like lyrics, how they go, like. So I just started writing like that.
Metaphors for days.
For days.
Oh,
dude.
Man, it's unbelievable what these people sing about. They turn nothing into something.
And it's like I literally feel like I can do that because like, if anyone were to ask me like, where did you start, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Like I always ended up doing something.
Yeah.
Like I always would write something, or I'd always sing something. Or, like acting was once just me playing pretend in my backyard by myself all the time.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, I wrote poetry. I wrote like rhymes here and there, and then I learned that you didn't have to rhyme in a poem. So I was like, oh, that's tight. Yeah. So like I started writing my own stuff, and at first it was just like nobody likes me. I'm just that basic high school just thing. Like.
Right? Everything, the love of my life ran away.
Yeah, the most serious shit like you could ever think about is like Cindy doesn't like me in 6th period, and how the fuck am I going to be able to get through that class? Like, damn, but so it started off like that, and then as it grew, it just became like, okay, like, what do I think about life? Like, what do I want to do tomorrow? What kind of man will I become? You know what I mean? And it started turning to that thing. At first it was just like about girls, then I started talking about like my coach. Oh man, I wrote like an Iliad of like how many things of all the things I wanted to say to my coach.
Yeah.
Then it started turning to like, what do I think about God?
Always tough. Always tough.
What's wrong? Like, why is politics a thing? Like, why do we have to pick sides? You know what I mean? And then it started getting into, it just started growing into things like just questions I had, and I would start to express them on paper. Because sometimes, like, I mean, you could tell, like, I stutter sometimes, and, like, I won't be able to get out what I always want, what's on my mind. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm not able to do that all the time. Yeah. So, like, but, like, in a place where I can just literally write out everything. Yeah. And everything I wanted to say just can be within one line. And I don't even have to think about it. It just happens. So, yeah, I started doing that, and then I was, like, singing. Mind you, I was still singing, like, I was, like, the shower singer for a while.
Yeah. Me too.
I think we all are.
Didn't really work out.
Most of us are, but I was like humming something, and then I started singing like in the hallway. My buddy of mine cut up to me and he was like, "Bro, like, I'm in Citrus Singers and I'm gonna do it next year. Do you want to do it?" I mean, not Citrus Singers, Chambers Choir.
Oh, for high school.
For high school. Yeah. And he was just like, "Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah." Yeah, I'm down to.
And Chambers in high school is like the you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
it didn't feel like that because like it's not, I don't know, like it's kind of sexist, but at the same time it's not. More girls are more likely to audition for that than guys are. Yeah. I mean, because of the stigma and like, you know, just what I went through, like it's just fear of that. I don't know, like just something about like there's just a scarcity of guys in high school. For choir and stuff like that. So like they could I hate to say it, like they kind of pick up whoever can like hold a note and sound decent, like they'll take over, you know. So it started off like that, and then at the same time I didn't tell you just with the poetry thing, and then with Chambers, I at my church, my pastor thought about, you know, like, well, like, because churches are about outreaches and different ministries and whatnot. Yeah. And just, like, doing things for the community. Like, yeah, big time. So he just threw the idea, like, how about you just do an open mic and you can do your poetry there and invite people to church, but at the same time. You
were hosting open mic nights in high school?
Yeah.
Where? At a coffee shop or at the church?
At my church, dude.
At the church?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And, like, I would call people up and have, like, my friends help me. Because, like, the area, it's an IE, like, the most popular venue for like hardcore music was called the Nitty Gritty, and it was in like Rancho, and the guy who started that, I grew up like under him, like in the church, and so would like watch him and hang out with him, and when my pastor threw that idea, he kind of like helped me, you know, figure, okay, like this is how you do it if you want to open or host anything. This is how you gotta like talk to the people. Network and figure out who's going to perform, how you're going to promote it, all these things. So he taught me how to do those things, and then like one of my cousins who I haven't seen in forever, like kind of like showed up out of nowhere, and he helped me with like sound. He did all the sound and all the audio stuff, and
this is your pastor. Like he took care of you pretty much on how to promote shows, how to do open mics, and you get to work on poetry. Yeah, and so it was like a whole. Like I didn't have a job at the time, so that was literally all I was doing. Besides like my science test and Cindy in 6th period that didn't want to talk to me, like which we all got C's on. Yeah, which we all got C's on. Yeah, we all did those things. Yeah, and we. But yeah, so I did that while singing, and I was like, you know, I think I like this, and then surely enough, in Chambers. The teacher who taught that was obviously the choir teacher, one of the music teachers. She also kind of directed the high school musicals. Yeah. No pun intended, I guess. But so I ended up doing. I told her I wanted to do one of the musicals. Didn't even audition. She just cast me. Wow. In a show. It was called Something's Afoot, and it was like a spoof on like Agatha Christie and Arthur Doyle, and kind of like played on like made fun of Clue. Yeah. Because like in the first song, like in the first act, the very like first opening number, like the butler like gets blown up, like the stairs like booby trapped with like bombs, and like just dies right there. Yeah. And it's like the butler didn't do it, so who killed? You know what I mean? So so it was really cool. I played like this like stuck up bratty like nephew. Yeah. And it was just about this. Something's Afoot is pretty much about this like rich dude. He's already dead, but he's kind of giving his will to all the people that he considered close. Yeah. And surely enough, they end up finding out that it's not the will that he's giving it off to, but all the people that he doesn't want touching the will. You know what I mean? So pretty much kills off everyone. And I was like his nephew, that like the black sheep nephew that, you know, that thought that was like entitled to shit. Yeah. Funny, I like to play the white privileged snot-nosed brat, but I don't like playing the sexual
hot. You know what I mean? I don't like doing that shit. So.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so I did that. Worked out pretty good. And then there's like a fall show and a spring show. In the spring we did Footloose and I played Willard. I actually auditioned for that, I remember. And I got put in like, there's like 2 casts. There's like a rock cast and a roll cast.
You did Footloose?
Yeah. Wow. And I played Willard.
And this is your senior year?
Yeah.
Man.
And so, not only did I want to act, bro, and I did that, I got to sing.
Yeah.
I wanted to sing and I got to do that too at the same time. And I think, mind you, when I did football, I had drama class, just acting, but I wasn't taking it seriously because I was in that time, like, before I came out the closet with, like, me wanting to do poetry and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
so you had something in the back of your head already.
I've always wanted to do it, and, like, I think high school, like, was just a bigger opportunity for me to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like, so that was freshman year.
And so you're playing Willard?
I'm playing Willard and Footloose.
Yeah.
So that was freshman year. Fast forward to senior year, I'm playing Willard and Footloose. And I think what really, man, there's a lot of things I could say, but like, there's a lot of moments where I was just like, dude, this is what I want to do in my life. Like, it was just personally, it was just like confirmation. Like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into it because it's like you would have to be there to like get it.
Yeah.
But I did something that was off script. And
you improvised,
and it worked. And like, I wasn't thinking, oh, should I do this? It just happened. Like, it was like, I'm thinking about this, and in the moment I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. So I did it.
And people are laughing.
People died, bro.
People are laughing.
Yeah, like the whole show, like some of the castmates were saying, just like, you know, there were funny parts here and there. People were laughing and chuckling here and there, but like, I think that moment, like, people were just dying. Like the whole house was roaring, and like,
good.
And it was like, damn, like, I did that shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't.
It feels good, doesn't it?
And it feels bad.
You can't sleep at the end of the night.
You can't, like, dude. You know, and it's like, and it's this cool thing where like you black out, like, but you're conscious as hell and coherent at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like you're watching yourself almost.
Yeah. And when that happens, you're being that person.
Yeah.
For
and
sure.
It's like. There's no failure from there. Like, you can't.
No.
And
as soon as you feel yourself outside of yourself, you did your work. You did your homework. You became that person.
Yeah, and I did that, and honestly, man, like, from that point on, I was like, this is what I want to do in my life, and nothing else is going to settle.
Heck yeah.
Nothing else can put me at ease. So after that,
that's when the Citrus Singers happened.
A friend of mine suggested it. I wasn't about it. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Never did. And then me and my friends, I always keep mentioning someone, another friend of mine. But a friend of mine was just like, yeah, like, we, you know, you heard about the Citrus Singers thing, so I'm gonna go to an orientation.
Yeah.
And check it out and talk to the professor.
Yeah.
Do you want to go? And I was like, yeah. We talked it over. Met the guy. His name's Douglas Austin. Really, really cool dude. Really great man. And he's just like giving us the rundown of like what happens in Citrus Singers, what's expected, all the, you know, orientation.
Yeah.
And then it followed up with, we have a summer show here called the Citrus Summer Conservatory. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty much like...
Which is hard work. And this is like...
It's 6 weeks of your summertime.
I mean, this is 6-7 hours a day type work. And you're there for 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's...
Man, like, but it didn't feel like work at all. Like, it was just like, I'm going here today. Like, this is what I'm doing. Like,
you were pumped to do what you wanted to do.
And did it. Got positive feedback. So that turned out really well for me. And then when school was going on again, the fall semester was opening up, and you know, just the beginning of school, that back to school feeling. Yeah,
it's terrible.
It's stupid. I hate school.
Parking, can't do it. Yeah,
the worst. Auditions are that day. I show up for auditions, and like, I was like, I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, and that's just that whole. Mind you, like, that whole thing with, like, the Willard situation, that was that glass half full, that being afraid of failure, being afraid of success kind of thing. Like, that whole thing played out then. That whole, that feeling was kicking in again in this exact moment, like, hours before the audition. And, like, I told my friends, I told a few of my friends from choir about it. They were auditioning, and it sucked because, like, I talked them into auditioning, but I talked myself out of auditioning. Yeah. And what made it worse was, like, my friend was like, you know, if you don't think you can do it, bro, just don't do it. Like, and was encouraging me, like, you know, I don't think you should then. Like, straight up telling me those things.
I mean, that's a little, that's messed up, but it's, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't know how to take that. I've never.
So I was like, for me, man, I was like, you know what, you're right. Like, I shouldn't do it. So I was like, I don't deserve it. Like, you know, and I chickened out and totally forgot right after I walked out the building, realized that, like, that was my only, I mean, anyone can apply to a community college or whatever, but that was literally my only ticket to college. Like, it wasn't, like, I didn't have a set schedule or anything. I didn't register for any classes. That was literally, if I made it, then I would have a school schedule. So I didn't have any schedule. So I was literally without anything, but I lucked out, ended up I applied and registered for, like, some acting classes. It's my first legitimate acting classes.
Unbelievable at Citrus.
In college. But here's where it gets stupid. It's, I kind of, like, chickened out of that too. I got scared. I made friends that day, like that day when I first walked in the
and theater. This is with Sherry Brown.
Yeah, Sherry Brown. The amazing Sherry Brown.
Yeah, I love her.
But I did it for a week, and then I was like, you know, this isn't for me. So I left that too. Just streaks, like, just striking out everywhere, and didn't do that. And then I wasn't working, wasn't in school, and my dad was just like, you know, my parents were, well, since you're not in college, and we looked at the military, so I was like, all right, I'll just do the Navy.
you were gonna go to the military?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, like, I was gonna go to the Navy, and I was, like, eating right, like, working out a little bit, and just enough to, like, get, like, past, like, the tests and stuff. I was already calling, like, the recruits and talking to family members who were in the military. This is what I'm gonna do in my life. What should I do?
Gonna go to the Navy. Yeah. And by this time, you're 18.
Yeah.
You're 18 at the. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay.
Just greatness. Actually, I didn't even turn 18 yet. Or did I? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you had to.
I'm trying to make this story sound more epic than it is.
Well, you have to be 18 to go to the military. That's
that's right.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that. And then one day at church, another friend of mine who was in Citrus was learning, like, the technical theater, like the technical aspect of theater, like pretty much the lighting, the audio.
At Citrus.
Yeah, the visuals and all that stuff, like the background.
What's it called?
ETT.
ETT.
Yeah,
yes. Did you get your certificate for that?
No.
Oh, okay. So, but you did do some training. That
friend talked me into that. I applied. Somehow, like, those classes were open because they're always accepting.
Yeah.
And ended up with that.
This is technical theater production. This is
behind the scenes,
lighting. Yeah. All that stuff.
Everything that you don't like, besides the acting and the director and the screenwriter.
Yeah.
Everything else, bro. Like the stage manager, assistant stage manager.
Yeah. You got all this training in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of that. Made more friends there in at Citrus.
Yeah.
And I was a part of their curriculum is you have to do a show on campus for, like, hours.
Yeah. You have to do hours to you know, for your grade in the class.
Yeah. So
you did what show did you do your hours for?
Did the Haw Does Christmas is the little theater they do
so you did a Christmas show then?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So something good always came out of, like, Christmas time.
Yeah.
But did that. I saw how, like, the actors worked, and I was like, dude, like, I would so love to do this. Like, that's
so you got inspired again.
Yeah, inspired again.
Man, dude. So
it's like, I don't know.
Oh my God. So hold on. Let's back up a little bit. So you're already good, right? You're singing, you're acting, so you just step away from it. You go to the Navy. The Navy doesn't work out. You end up not going to the Navy.
Yeah.
And then you go back to doing technical theater behind the stuff. And then you look at these actors do their work. You get inspired again.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just weird, like, pushing.
Hell of a roller coaster.
Yeah. So I did that, and spring semester came around the corner, and I was like, you know, I want to take those acting classes. So I did that.
So you're back with Sherry.
Yeah, back with Sherry.
And are you taking Neil's class at this time?
No, not yet.
Okay.
With Sherry, I was applying everything later, like, just, like, eating everything up, what she was saying, what we were doing in class, that whole thing, the whole concept of fear of failure, fear of success kind of thing. Like, I was kicking in again, but I was like, I want to see where it takes me. Like, what if I do succeed in this?
Yeah.
And things worked out. The first show that I auditioned for, I got a role, and I did that. That worked out pretty well, I think. And
yeah.
made more friends in that department.
Any stage time, you're doing good, pretty much.
Honestly, man, like you get paid or not.
Yeah, whether lines or no lines, if you're doing something on that stage, you're acting, you're getting your training in, and you're becoming better as an actor. So whatever the heck you did, it was good. There's no way.
So did that, auditioned for another show. That went really well. I don't want to go into like specifics of the title, the name of the show, or it just happened, bro. And then I ended up with Neil taking his acting class.
Neil Weiss, who is, by the way, the greatest acting professor of all time. Like, I don't care what anyone says.
Professor X of like.
Dude.
Actually, more so Magneto.
He calls you out so much. I mean, he brings out the best in you, no matter what it is. I love that guy.
He's he's legit, dude, and he helped me out. And then
did you perform a monologue in his class?
Yeah.
Do you remember what monologue it was?
I did Will Smith's monologue from Fresh Prince, like one that
really?
Dad,
Yeah.
And he was like, "I want you to do this one." And I was like, or how would Neil say it? He would just be like, "More so, I would like you to do this one."
Yeah,
or like something like that. And like you can't, when Neil talks like that, dude, like you can't say no.
Yeah, you can't say no. There's no way.
That or you just leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I was like, all right, cool.
And you did great. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The run through that, because he'll do it once with you.
Like in the middle of the semester, and that's like your midterm.
Pretty much.
That's where he tells you, all right, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do that.
And works with you there, and then like there's the one where like you have to take what he gave you, and then you do it yourself.
Yes.
You know, so that works really well. Ended up doing a summer show with him. Then there was this nonprofit organization called Ada.
Ada.
They had a show that's like they were on the rise too. Like Jackie and all of them, and she was in my acting class, come to think of it, but her, Kevin Williams, like, just a bunch of other people that
were in charge of that organization.
Everybody that was doing something in the acting department, there's just a group of them that were part of Ada, and they had their own play. Yeah. It's called Scenes of the End of the World. Scenes of the End of the World. Yeah. Yeah. From the End of the World So the auditions for that, I used that monologue, and powers that be, I guess. I lucked out and got casted in that, and I was really grateful for that. That was really cool. Yeah. I got to work with Kevin Williams. Yeah. By far, I mean, we could talk about Neil, we could talk about Sherry, and like all like the professors that direct really well. Yeah. But this dude who's just a student director, like he just knew his stuff, and he helped me get to where I wanted to be in that show. So I did that. But I remember auditioning with the Will Smith monologue. So I was lucky enough to do that. And then that summer came. Neil was directing the show. This is not what I ordered. What we were talking about. Yeah. And so then after that.
You finally went back to singing.
Yeah, I went back to sing. Dude, it's weird. Like, I find what I want to do, chicken out, leave, and just things that, like, somehow something like gives, like, the universe would give me breadcrumbs, and, like, I would follow back to what I would want to do. Yeah. And it was, like, it was during tech rehearsal, like, tech week. Yeah. And I bumped into Doug again. Remembered my face, knew who I was, wasn't even salty that I wasn't in the group for, like, 2 years. Yeah. And it was just like, oh, how you doing? You know, like, how's life? What you been up to? And it's like, oh, nothing. And, and like, I don't mean to say this in, like, the rudest of ways. Like, I was kind of thinking about going back to Citrus Singers, but I wasn't certain on it. Yeah. And somehow that just came out of my mouth. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, I've been thinking about doing Singers. Like, I don't know, like, we were talking about something, and then I was like, oh, let me just say this, you know?
Like, I was thinking about going back, but you really weren't?
I mean, I was, but I wasn't, like...
100%.
Yeah, it wasn't, like, dogging on my brain, like, 24/7. I was like, dude, like, I was thinking about it, like, every now and then. Yeah, yeah. And it's, like, Murphy's Law, I guess, or laws of attraction, like, but, yeah, so, like, we're talking about, I was like, oh, really? Like, and I was just like, yeah, like, I was thinking about it. He was like, oh, really? And I was like, oh, shit. Like, he's really, like, he wants to.
Yeah, like, he wants you.
Yeah, he's taking me seriously. Like, okay. Like, he was like, okay, well, let's talk about it. Let's check your range again. You know, get the paperwork and whatever. And then just know that auditions are months from now, you know. And, yeah, I did it. And now I can say that. It was just last year. It was my first year of Singers. And
heck yeah. So you're a second year now.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
The middle child.
Heck yeah.
It's a 3-year program, and like I think it's not. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but like from being on the inside of the prestigious program.
Yeah.
The first year, second year, third year, you're growing and you're learning. You're getting educated. You're learning about music. You're learning about performance. You're learning how to be a professional.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you be allowed to say that?
And like
you know?
with the first years, it's because like since it's like you're the freshman, you're like the baby. You're like fresh and brand new.
Yeah.
In the program, so they kind of focus on what you have and why you're in the group. Second years, we've seen what you can do. Mm-hmm. Just work your ass off.
Yeah.
Just this is your year where you just gotta fucking grind.
Yeah.
And then third year, it's just like, okay, before you get sent off, let's polish up everything that you've worked on.
Yeah.
So like when you do go out, like know that, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like kind of like your graduation thing, you know?
Yeah.
Just we're sending you out with a bang. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's why they call it like the middle child. Second years is just. It's just this weird, awkward position. Like, I'm not a first year, nor am I a third year. So I don't know. Like, it's just weird. Like, it doesn't feel the same. Like, I'm not fresh in the program, nor am I leaving. I'm just, but I'm just working, like, constantly. And you know.
Good, man. I mean, I'm glad that it's all working out. And right now, you're currently writing, like, more. You're currently writing more songs, more.
Oh yeah. I like to talk about with my close friends and stuff like that. And like I'll kind of leave like little, like on like Instagram or whatever. This is what I'm working on, but I won't say like I posted this thing of like my fears. And, like, it's literally what made me mess up, or not what made me, but like that whole idea of just that fear, that success thing kicked into that pop solo. I was literally going through that again.
Yeah.
Like that same feeling I got when I didn't audition. That same feeling I got when I didn't want to do acting anymore when I left that. Like, it was that same feeling. I just like posted this thing about like my fears and stuff, and it's kind of going towards like, it's kind of like what I'm going to be not performing, but what I'm going to be recording really soon. The guy who featured me on that song, I'm going to try to get in touch with him and see what we can do.
So it's in the works right now.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
I call it Project Hagira right now.
Project Hagira.
Hagira, it's it means like great journey or like exodus.
Yeah.
Great escape.
Yeah.
In Arabic, I think.
I mean, you've gone through one hell of a journey so far.
Yeah,
so.
And literally that's what I'm going to be writing about.
Yeah, I mean, I would think from 18 to like now type thing. It's like you are writing everything from what Yeah. So I
constantly,
can't,
bro.
So I just want to thank you so much for doing this podcast with me. It was so much fun. I'm so happy that you're in the works of doing it. Let's go get something to eat, man. I'm hungry.
Bro.
All right.